Welcome to the course Python Programming. I am Dr. P. Govardhan, Professor of Computer Science and Engineering. At the end of this lecture, you will be able to learn operator precedency, mathematical functions, math modules, operator precedency and associativity. The sequence of execution of the operators is called operator precedency. In any expression, which operator performs first? Say, in a mathematical expression, first priority is parenthesis, the next exponentation, the next unary minus bitwise complement, the next mathematical addition and arithmetic operations, that is star, division, floor division, modular division. The next priority addition, subtraction. The next priority bitwise left shift, bitwise right shift. The next priority bitwise AND. The next priority bitwise exclusive OR. The next priority bitwise OR. The next priority relational operators. Now the next priority assignment operators. In assignment operators, both simple assignment operator and also shorthand assignment operators. The next identity operators, that is not. The next membership operators, that is in, not in. Next logical not, logical or, logical and. Now the precedency represents the priority level of the operator. The operator with higher precedency will be executed first than the lower operator or lower precedency. Mathematical functions. In Python programming, there are some built-in mathematical functions. Now the first mathematical function, ceil of x. Now this function raises x value to the next higher integer. The next function, floor of x. This function decrease x value to the previous integer value. Say for example, floor of 4.5 returns 4. Similarly, ceil of 4.5 returns next higher integer, that is 5. Degrees of x. This function converts angle values from radians to degrees. Radians of x. This function converts x value from degrees into radians. Next, fab of x. This function gives absolute value of x. Generally, x is a floating point value. Next, abs of x. This function gives absolute value of x. Next, factorial of x. This function returns the factorial value of x. Mod f of x. This function returns float and integral parts of x. Say for example, mod f of 2.5 returns floating point value, that is 0.56. Next, integral part value 2, both are in floating point form. Next, sqrt of x. This function returns positive square root of x. Next, power function, pow of x comma y, that is x power y. That means raises x value to the power of y. GCD of x comma y. This function gives GCD of x and y, that is greatest common divisor of x and y. exp of x. This function returns exponentation of x, that is e power x, pi. This value returns it is constant value pi 3.145192 and so on. Next, e is also a constant value. E means e power 1 2.718281. Now there are some trigonometric functions and also logarithmic functions. Sin x gives sine value of x. Cos of x gives cosine value of x. Tan of x gives tangent value of x. Log 10 of x, this function returns logarithm of x to the base 10, that is log x base 10. Log function, this function returns natural logarithm of x, that is log x base e. Now, mathematical functions or math modules. Now, this is the definition of the module. A module is a collection of functions, variables and classes, etc. Math is a module that contains several functions to perform mathematical operations. That is, all mathematical operations are defined in math module. If you want to use any module in Python, first we have to import that module. Say for example, I want to import math module. This is syntax import math. Once we import this module, then we can call any function of that module. Now we can call any mathematical function using this module, that is math.mathematical function. Say for example, I want to perform square root of 16. Now first we have to import math. I want to perform square root of 16. I want to first call math module dot sqrt. Similarly, I want to find the pi value math dot pi. First I want to find out the square root of x, which is the mathematical function. We should import math module. This is the syntax import math. I want to find the square root value of x. Print math dot sqrt of sum 16. Now I am executing the program. It returns 4.0. The result is in floating point form. Similarly, I want to use ceil function, CEIL, ceil of 34.45. It gives next higher integer. Now the output is 35. Similarly, 34.0, it gives 34. Next, floor function. Floor of 34.23 gives the lower value. The output is 34. This is the difference. Now that is the ceil 35, higher integer. Ceil is higher integer. Floor is next lower value. We can create alias name by using a keyword. Now say this is the syntax import math as m. Here M is alias of math. Once we create alias name by using that means using this alias name, we can access functions and variables of that module. Say for example, import math as M. I want to perform square root of 16, that is M dot sqrt of 16. Similarly, M dot pi. Now import math as M. Here M is the alias of math. Now I want to perform floor of 34.34. We use that module, that is alias name math dot, that is M dot floor. Observe here 34. Suppose I want to find the square root of some value sqrt of some 12, sqrt of 12. I am executing the program. This is the square root value of 12. Suppose I want to find out the constant value pi. Now this will be output. This is the pi value. Suppose I want to find the constant value e, print m dot e. This is the e value, that is e power 1 value. Next, another way of importing math module, that is we can import a particular member of a module explicitly. That means I want to perform the only square root, or I want to perform the only pi value. I want to perform both square root and pi. We can import a particular member of a module explicitly, that is from math import sqrt. Now I am importing the only sqrt. Next, from math import two members, that is sqrt pi. I want to import a particular member from math import sqrt. Now I want to perform. Now in this case, you need not access module. Directly we can find out the square root of 16. Say print sqrt of 16. Directly 16 will be executed. Now I want to perform the ceil function. Ceil function. Now I am executing this. We get an error. That is name error. Name ceil is not defined. That means I don't want to, here I am not importing ceil function. Suppose I want to perform this ceil. Now I am executing this 16. Now say for example 16.23, I am executing this 17. Next higher value. Next I am find out print of sqrt of 9. Observe here, this is the ceil of 16.2317. Square root of 9 is 3. If you import a member explicitly, then it is not required to use module name while accessing. So for example, directly from math import sqrt comma pi, print sqrt pi. Here I am not using module name. Directly we can perform square root value, print of f of I. Now next method to import math module, we can import all modules as from math import star. Star means all members of that module. All members of that module. That means we can import all modules, all mathematical modules. Now this is the syntax. I want to import all mathematical modules. Now this is the syntax. From math import star. That is, I am importing all mathematical modules. Now here we are not using a math module. Directly we can access all mathematical functions. Print factorial of factorial of 9. Now this is the factorial value of 9. Similarly, I want to perform the factorial of 3, 6. The factorial of 3 is 6. Similarly, factorial of 5, 120. Factorial of 5, 120. Next, I want to convert 5 into degrees. Degrees of 5. 5 is the radians. I want to convert radians into degrees. Now this is the 5 radians is equal to 286.47897 and so on. Now there is a built-in functions. Now I want to convert 5 is degrees into radians. Now this is the 5 degrees equivalent to radian value. Suppose I want to perform sine of x, sine of 5, sine of 5. 5 is radians here. Sine of 5 minus 0.95892427 and so on. This is the sine of 5. Here 5 is radians. Now sine 90, sine of 90 radians. This is the value. Suppose I want to find the degrees, sine 90 degrees. I convert 90 into degrees. Convert 90 into degrees. This is the sine 90 degrees. This is the approximate value. Suppose I want to perform cos 90 degrees. Cos 90 degrees. This is the approximate value, not exact value. Log 2 base 10. Log 10 of 2. Log 2 base 10. This is the log 2 base 10. Common logarithm of 2. 0.301029 and so on. Now I want to perform log 10, that is 2.0 something, 1.0. Next, log 100, 2.0. I want to perform natural logarithm of 100, log 100 base e, 4.6051 and so on. Now I want to perform another tan of 10 radians. This is the tan 10 radian values. Now I am using FABS of minus 23.34. We get absolute value, that is the output is 23.34. 23.34. Suppose I am using minus 23, we get 23.0. The output is in the form of floating point. Suppose I am using the only FABS. Now the result is minus 23. It is an integer form. It is an integer form. I want to get an integer form. We use ABS function. Suppose I want to get minus 23 is in the floating point form. I am using 23 FABS. Suppose I want to find ABS of minus 23.237. We get absolute value. We get 23.237. 23.237. Next, mod f of 2.34. This is the output. 0.3399. This is approximately 0.34, comma 2 means 2.0. Now the another some mathematical functions, round function. This is syntax round n comma d. This function returns or round a number n to a number of decimal points. Say for example, round of 3.1415. This is the number n. Round of 3.1415. This is the number n, comma d, 2 digits. That means round this number into a number of decimal points, 2 decimal points, that is 3.14. Now I am using the round function. Round function 2.34 and so on, comma 4 decimal places. I want to round this number up to 4 decimal places. So observe here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the output is 2.3445. I am rounding this number up to 4 decimal points only. Suppose I want to 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, comma 4. I want to round this number up to 4 decimal places, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Observe here, the 5th decimal point is 8, that is more than that 5. Now adding 1 to this number, that is the output is 2.3468. Now the same example here, I am putting the 4. I am rounding this number up to 4 decimal places. Now observe this, 2.31234. 7. After 7, the digit is 4, which is less than 5. We get the output is 2.3467 only. Now this number greater than 5, then only that value 7 is rounded to 8. 2.3468. Suppose this value is 5, we can also round to this. This number greater than or equal to 5. Now the 7 is rounded to the next integer, 2.3468. Now the next mathematical function, f sum function. Now the output is f sum of iterable. Iterable means it is a range function or list, tuple, all should be in numerical values only. This function returns an accurate floating point sum of values in the iterable. Say for example, I am importing all modules from a math import star. Now L is a list having 5 elements, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to find the sum of the all values. Print f sum of L, we get floating point, accurate floating point sum, that is 15.0. Now this is L is equal to sum list elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to find f sum, that is floating point sum of L. We get the sum of the value is in the floating point form. I want to sum in integer form, simply a sum, not f sum. F sum means the result is in floating point form. Simply sum means the result is integer form, as it is form, integer form, true value. Next mathematical function, trunc function, that is trunc of x. This function returns the real value x truncated to the integral. Say for example, trunc of 1.999 gives 1 only. Now the fractional part will be disappeared. Now here it is the range, iterable is range, the range of 1, 10. Now the observations output, the range of 1, 10 means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9. Now simply the range of 10, that is 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 5 plus 45.0. Now suppose, now this is the tuple is equal to from 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the tuple value. I want to find iterable is tuple. Now observe, the sum is 15.0, the sum of the tuple elements, Next I am using trunc function. Trunc of 1.999, trunc of 1.99, it gives 1, Now here the fractional part will be truncated. Now the result is only integer part. Suppose 100.999 gives 100. I don't want any fractional part. Now we use a trunc function. Next, copy sine function. Now this is the syntax, copy sine of x comma y. That means this function returns x with the sine of y. That means the sign will be interchanged. Now this is the example, copy sine of 2 comma minus 4 returns the value of x with the sine of y. Next function, high-part method. This method returns the Euclidean norm. This is syntax, Hypot of x comma y, that is this function returns square root of x square plus y square. Copy sine of some 3 comma minus 56. Now the output is minus 3. Output is minus 3.0, which is in the floating point form. Now say for example 23 comma minus 56. Now the output is minus 323.0. Now I want to find the hypotenuse function. Euclidean norm. Hypot of 2 comma 3 gives square root of 2 square plus 3 square. This is the value. 2 square plus 3 square. Now again, now this is the inverse trigonometric functions. A cos of x. This function returns arc cosine of x, that is cos inverse of x, the value in the radians. The result is in between 0 and pi value. Next, a sine of x returns arc sine of x, that means sine inverse of x, the value in radians. Now the range is pi minus pi by 2 and plus pi by 2. Now a tan of x, this value returns arc tangent of x or tan inverse of x, this value are in radians. Now the range of this result is minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. Now these are the inverse hyperbolic functions. Now a cos h of x returns the inverse hyperbolic cosine of x. A sin h of x returns the inverse hyperbolic sine of x. A tan h of x returns the inverse hyperbolic tan of x. Now this is the hyperbolic cosine, hyperbolic functions. Cos h of x returns hyperbolic cosine of x. Sin h of x returns hyperbolic sine of x. Tan h of x returns the hyperbolic tangent of x. I am going to stop here. Thank you.